What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about how UK police equipment compares to American police equipment. So, a while ago, I actually heard that police in the UK do not even carry guns. And that just absolutely blew my mind. That is totally not the case here in America. So, today, I really want to learn about what exactly UK police do carry and how that is different to the United States by checking out this video here by LBC. Let's take a look.
Okay, so from top to bottom we have our PR, our radio, communicating with each other and
Sure.
We've got a body-worn video that's activated on most jobs. It's got a 30-second buffer.
Oh, a camera, yeah. I mean, shockingly, this is like, relatively speaking, like new technology for American police. It's been quite a few years now that we have mandatory body cameras on United States police, but for the longest time, that was not mandatory, like, and goodness knows, here in the United States, like, we desperately needed our police to wear body cameras. I don't know what the situation is like in the UK. I don't know what people think about this, but in America, we actually feel safer knowing that our police wear body cameras. And that might have to do with a long series of like super controversial events here in America with police and, you know, people who were brutalized and assaulted by and killed by police in various situations, and there was no like documentation, no evidence, and goodness knows what happened before body cameras. But this is actually a huge deal in America now. So it makes sense to me that this is standard in the UK as well.
But when we do activate it, it pre-records 30 seconds, so it gives us some sort of time. So if we do miss anything, we don't press it in time. It pre-records 30 seconds beforehand, which is quite useful.
Yes, this is supposed to be standard in America as well, but you still, gosh, run into circumstances where the police officer forgot to turn it on or it wasn't activated. I don't even know how that's legal. The police officers should also want to have these cameras on, because if they're properly performing their duties within the law, it will defend them as well. So, yeah, I think this is a great thing.
I'm carrying a taser, which is
Taser.
400 officers currently in Kent.
Taser. Yeah, taser. I think that's standard in American police, a taser.
So that's the taser itself. It's an X2. It's got two shots.
Sure.
Capability.
Two shots.
That's recently come in over the past year.
Geez, 2 shots. Is that like the most lethal weapon that UK police carry? And you only have 2 shots. Man, if that's true, if they don't carry firearms, like guns, they just have the taser? Like, I think that says something about UK culture and crime in general, like that cops in the UK feel comfortable, like, performing their duties without a gun. That says something pretty amazing about just the UK society in general. American police would never give up their guns, and unfortunately, in many areas of the United States, you know, it varies depending on where you live, American police need guns because American society has kind of come to expect, we have an expectation that the police have guns, and if our police didn't have guns, It might result in less unnecessary death, but I also think, unfortunately, there's people, criminals, that would take advantage of the fact that, oh, police don't have guns anymore in America. That would unfortunately, probably increase crime. Obviously, it's just my opinion. Like, I don't have the statistics to back this up, but since guns are relatively easy to get in America, it's like the criminals would have guns and our police wouldn't. It's really a no-win situation.
Parva, which is a pepper spray.
Pepper spray.
Which all officers carry.
A lot of non-lethal, weapons here, which is honestly awesome to see.
The ASP button. Rigid handcuffs.
What is it? What is that? What was this?
Carry. The ASP button.
Baton? Baton. You hit people with it. Yeah, okay. I don't actually know if American police carry this anymore. I think we're going to get a whole section here on American police and what they have, so I'll keep quiet. I'll try to keep quiet.
Rigid handcuffs. And then these are fast straps. So if someone's being particularly unmanageable, these Velcro straps can be placed around their legs just to make them more manageable.
I've never heard of that before. Velcro straps to contain a suspect. Man, maybe American police could, pull out the straps before the, pistol. Wouldn't that be an idea?
Like my colleague, I've got most of the kit, albeit just apart from the taser.
So the most noticeable thing, obviously, he's going to have is his fire.
So this is, okay, immediately we're on the USA Police.
He's going to have is his firearm, his sidearm.
Very first thing, first and foremost, he has his firearm. They could not wait to say that. And you can tell by their how they're explaining this, that's the first thing that they think of in regards to American police equipment is well, first thing, we have our firearm. Yeah, that is how it is.
Glock 9mm semi-automatic handgun. In addition to that, he'll have his impact weapon, his baton, latex gloves, combat tourniquet to be able to use on civilians or fellow officers or himself for that matter.
Jeez. Does that say something about American culture? Not only does our police have a gun, we also have a combat tourniquet. For stopping bleeding. That means there's an expectation that that's going to be needed. I think that says something.
He carries a Leatherman multi-tool, handcuffs, spare magazines for his sidearm.
Extra ammo, of course. Oh my God. I actually didn't know all of this about American police, to be honest.
His taser, his radio, and an individual first aid kit, which is, again, another gunshot wound and severe bleeding prevention kit.
I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. It's bad that we need it, but it's if our police are going to carry guns and use them, at least we have the gunshot wound first aid kit. Is that good?
Sergeant, how heavy is the kit you're carrying, and does it sometimes get a little cumbersome?
It's about 30 pounds total between everything I carry. It does get cumbersome when you first put it on. I had to get used to these extra pouches here, but after a while, your body adapts to the extra bulk, and you don't feel it after a while.
Sure.
Now, you're a fit bloke. You obviously work out, but I can't help but notice there's a bulge on your chest as well. Unless that's muscle, that's something. What have you got there?
I have a secondary firearm here.
What? What? Since when? What? Wait, since when? What do you mean? What? I didn't know about this. I think most Americans don't know about this. There's another gun? He has another gun? Under his vest. It's hidden in his chest. Is that just the most American thing ever? Or I'm even a little surprised. And I have to say, they haven't talked about a body camera yet. Where's his body camera? Recording all this gun warfare. This war he's about to go to. 2 pistols?
So overall, our kit weighs around 7 kilograms. I'm wearing the stab vest and the kit belt. There's also an optional load vest as well, which some people prefer to wear. That obviously distributes the kit we have more on the body, whereas my kit is mainly distributed on the belt itself.
Okay.
Depends on personal preference on whether that's on what you wear, but that's obviously up to the individual officer.
Could you imagine?
So not too shockingly, the UK police officer's kit is much lighter.
Could you imagine going on patrol either without your firearm or your taser?
No, not
Why
at all. The job we do is extremely dangerous and unpredictable. To go out there unarmed is insane to me.
Insane to him. Now, here's the thing. I'd love to hear a British police officer answer that same question. Even though the question would have to be phrased differently. It'd be like, how do you feel that you go out on patrol without a gun? Do you feel like you need one? That'd be interesting to hear, but this is interesting as well, isn't it? The American response. How would you feel if you didn't have a gun? And this is the answer I was expecting, actually. I don't know if this is like surprising to British people out there, but in American culture, like there's just an expectation that the police have guns and that they need guns to keep peace and order. Just sadly, American society has grown accustomed to needing the threat of guns to be peaceful. This is not everywhere in America. Like, I'm talking about our highest crime areas, which maybe they're in. I forget where they said this guy is located. I think they said it at the beginning. New Jersey. Not exactly the deadliest place I can think of in America. But even in New Jersey, which I don't think of as particularly bad, he instantly, he's like, oh, I need my gun. I need it.
In the UK, officers don't have anything like that. The best they have is a pepper spray. Would you be prepared to police the streets of London like that? What would you say to those guys and women who do it in London?
I give them
in the whole of England, actually, sorry.
I give them a lot of credit for doing what they do without the weapons and tools that we have here. I don't think I'd be a police officer over there, essentially going at the mercy of the wolves.
Captain...
That's a really good question, because maybe, I don't know the stats, what is crime like in the UK? Is it that much lower? Or is it that police in the UK are just trained to combat crime and violence with non-lethal means? Maybe you can have America, and maybe you can have police here that, you know, can just use non-lethal means. But what I was talking about earlier is it's really more the threat of the gun that's the key. Because as much as like the news propagates, I think, this idea that America is full of violent gun violence and police violence, most American police officers are, you know, normal, hardworking, regular people who are just trying to protect their city or town. And then you have a certain percentage of them who are genuinely ill-prepared, ill-trained, and not responsible enough to be police officers, and that gets a lot of the attention. But could America exist like the UK without police with guns? This police officer says no, and he's terrified by the thought.
Could you imagine sending your officers out without a taser, without a firearm of some sort?
I would sooner go out without shoes than I would without the kit like this.
And I guess you feel the same, Sergeant. It's like putting your shoes on, right?
Correct.
Wow. Okay. Do they ask the UK officers?
I think it's a different environment out there. I think the taser rollout for us will give us a very good, will give us enough useful force in this country. We obviously don't kind of have the same level of gun crime that they do in America.
I agree with that. Just because of gun laws. The United States has more gun ownership, more gun violence, gun crime. Guns are accessible. And that's probably the number one reason why our police need guns. And this British officer seems to recognize that. Even he would be, nervous to serve in America without a gun. There seems to be a difference.
And a lot of that kit is very similar. It's really just the firearm that we are lacking.
Yeah, I believe the mere presence of having a taser is almost enough sometimes to prevent a subject becoming aggressive or violent towards myself or my colleagues.
Sure.
It's a bright colour. It stands out. People are aware of its capabilities.
So he's arguing in the UK the threat of a taser is enough. I'm not sure that's enough in America, actually, for some of our highest crime areas.
When I go into jobs without having a taser as an option, subjects may feel that they have an advantage over me to some degree.
He goes into situations without a taser? Sometimes? Without even a taser? Oh my God.
Still got kits. A taser would be a lot more helpful in some situations.
Wow. Yeah, and tasers, tasers aren't even that non-violent. Like, you don't want to get tased. And those can kill people, like send them into cardiac arrest and all this. Anyway, I thought this would be interesting, and it really was. There's an even bigger difference than I thought between UK police and American police. This was eye-opening to me, to say the least. But sadly, I'm even learning all this, I'm not sure America could really change much in this regard. We could try it. We could try not having armed police officers. I'm not sure we want to conduct that experiment, though. But I don't know. Would it outweigh the deaths that police cause due to unnecessary gun aggression against suspects? I don't know. Interesting to think about, though. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on British police versus American police. Be very interesting to hear the British point of view on this. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Britain and learning about British culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.